ready? No, I said, are you ready?
What's going on?
This Total Geezers show.
Total Geezers Wrestling Radio Show.
Total Geezers Wrestling Radio show.
Back for another week. To
Back.
kick ass,
Yes, it
take
is.
names, and chew bubblegum.
Yeah.
We've not been kicked off yet.
It's where we shoot the S word, we shoot the excrement.
Who
So-
said that slogan? That's Roddy Piper, isn't it?
Is it?
Kings kick ass and chew bubblegum.
Oh, look. Yeah. So on the show today, we review Hell in a Cell, Raw. Is WWE racist? Alberto Rio. What's going on with him? And what else is on it? Talk about Jericho.
But obviously on this day segment.
On this day's segment.
Got a packed show coming up, folks.
What were people getting paid around this time last year in the company? And why? And yeah, just generally wrestling stuff.
General wrestling shit.
Would you have intercourse with Dolph Ziggler?
Shoot the shit, man. Let's do a Stone Cold.
Shoot the
Shoot the shit.
Excellent.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Here we go. Wrong toggles. Anyway, so this is the old show.
Total Geezers Wrestling
Total
Radio
Geezers
Show.
Wrestling
Paddy
Show.
Stanton, Lewis Sanchez, Aaron Pierce.
Aaron Pierce. So
So this Sunday, last Sunday then.
last Sunday, not this time last Sunday.
Yeah,
it was a
well,
bit
this
late.
time last Sunday we
We
were
were previewing.
previewing what we were about to review.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell in a
so
Cell.
We did a brilliant job of that, didn't we?
Unfortunately, because of
time can
because
time
British
difficulties.
summertime and
Yeah.
daylight saving time in America are two different things.
F
It
you,
meant
daylight
it
saving
meant
time.
that we played WWE 13 for a bit too long, and we turned on at 1 a.m. and the first Hell in a Cell match was on.
And we were like, what? Why is Randy Orton versus John Cena opening the show in a Hell in a Cell match?
Yeah.
Which I mean,
I got an erection when I thought that was the case, but
I know I wouldn't have minded, but it would
That'd
have
have
been,
been the
it just
funniest
would have
thing.
been, yeah, would have been hilarious. Imagine
Yeah.
them curtain jerking.
I
That'd be
know.
fun for
I mean,
it,
if
but
Triple H opens.
I ended up watching the first hour as well, so I can
Yeah.
I can review I can review the whole card.
Right. Yeah. It was what was the first match?
The opener was what we actually predicted. It was the 2 out of 3 falls match for the Intercontinental Championship
Wins.
between Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro, and this was a weird one. It was a good opener though. I rated it like 3.25 stars. It was back and forth, plenty of bumps from Dolph as you'd expect. I know Cesaro did a killer European uppercut, and I actually thought he would have won the first fall with that, and Ziggler ended up kicking out.
And he ended up losing both falls.
Yeah,
in
which is
succession.
This is a first. They had a 2 out of 3 falls match. I didn't really see the point in this, but in a 2 out of 3 falls match, for some reason, Dolph Ziggler retained 2-0.
Yeah.
Now, that's probably the first time they've ever done that, would you say, in a 2 out of 3 falls match?
It's very strange.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. I'm sure it's not the first time. I can't recall. the
Our
time.
predictions were wrong also. I thought Cesaro was a given. It was clear. It was a clear giveaway. He was going to win the Intercontinental Championship. But as we'd see on the Raw next night, which we'll get into, I think it's because they want Ziggler looking strong for the match Survivor Series, the traditional tag team match. He'll be on Team Cena by the looks of it.
Well, where's Cesaro from? Like, is he from?
He's from Switzerland.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying anything, but Vince,
He's racist to Europeans as well now.
I'm not saying. I didn't say that, but I mean,
That's what you're inferring, Lewis.
I'm inferring that.
What I'm getting out of this,
I don't know.
was-
I don't know why they've not pushed him further.
Yeah,
'cause
what I'm
he's
getting out
clearly
of
a
this
main
is
eventer.
why is who's more talented, seriously, Cesaro or Dolph Ziggler? Now Ziggler's a great ring wrestler, but who is the more total package out of them two? It's got to be
Well,
Cesaro.
I don't see why it has to be either or. Why can't we get Sheamus, send him off, and just have Cesaro's US champion?
The thing that I struggle to understand with is why they made it the Undisputed Championship only to have Lesnar win it and not be there. The whole Lesnar thing would be working so much more if they had, and if Lesnar was WWE champion and you had someone else as the heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, the next few pay-per-view until the Royal Rumble, we're not going to see a title match.
Survivor Series, I don't mind. I mean, you can book around that. You don't really need.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a title match.
Yeah.
But TLC, you do.
What's the TLC going to be for? It's
Exactly, like what are
Yeah.
they going to be fighting for? Is it going to be Seth
Number
Rollins
2
and his-
contendership.
and his money in the bank? I think they might do some sort of fatal four-way or something for the money in the bank briefcase. Like, what else can they do?
I want to see a number 2 contendership. who's going to face the number 1 contender if he who's going to face the winner of that match? Want to do that? They've done that before.
Yeah, but that will be the winner of the Royal Rumble, surely.
Number 3 contendership match.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Ziggler went over 2 straight falls. Good match, good opener. Warmed the crowd up well. And then after that, I think we had one of the Divas matches, didn't we? It was the Nikki Bella.
Was it the tag match next?
No, it was the Divas match.
Yeah.
It was the Total Divas, not Total Geezers, because that match was anything but geese.
Hold on, that was Brie Bella and
Nikki Bella.
That was alright, that.
It was better than I thought, yeah. But I honestly weren't really paying attention.
No, nor was I. But
Aaron, you didn't miss much, mate.
No,
I'll say that.
we did miss the tag match though. We didn't really. Did we watch that again?
I did.
So I fell asleep when that was on.
Yeah, I
No dish to the teams. I just was tired.
And you've seen it plenty. So yeah, Nikki Bella wins, obviously, like I predicted. Yeah, so Brie Bella is Nikki's slave, hopefully sex slave, for the next month.
Incest.
That's just a bit strange.
Of course.
Yeah.
I want to see that. Anyway, the next match was the tag title match between Gold and Stardust and the Usos, and I think I predicted the Usos to come out here, and Gold and Stardust ended up retaining.
Yeah.
It's been the last 2 retentions have been quite surprising, really.
Yeah,
I didn't think they would retain the last pay-per-view either.
Yeah, me either. Obviously, more longevity teams, the Usos, but like you said, hopefully they prolong this to TLC and they do something with that. At least a ladder match of some sort.
That'd be nice.
What was after that?
John and Randy, wasn't it?
John and Randy was the next one. This is when we just tune in to see it live because of this daylight saving time business.
I like this match.
It was a good match.
Yeah, everyone. We were all very. Oh no, John Cena. It was the best match they've had, I think.
I think their best match since like maybe SummerSlam 2007. I'd rate this their second best match ever.
Yeah. I just thought it was a well-rounded match with plenty of to and fro in.
Utilised the cage to sell well for once.
Orton probably should have won but I don't mind seeing Cena Lesnar again, but I would have preferred to see Orton Lesnar. Have we seen that? I don't think we've seen that yet, have we?
No,
I would have thought that would have been a really good match.
Good way to turn Orton face as well, which is look like they might be doing, mightn't they?
My best moment of that match is when Michael Cole literally said RKO out of nowhere, and then he repeated it when recapping it. 2 amazing spots in this match.
Obviously they're playing off the vines, the RKO out of nowhere vines, and they played it well into this match. The first one was it John Cena went for something off the top rope. And
grabbed his head.
Yeah, he grabbed his head and was just reversed into a sick RKO. That could have been the finish to that match.
Yeah.
And that would have been so good.
Exactly. Yeah. And he Cena kicked out of that. And then another RKO out of nowhere.
This is one of the best spots
later on
in
the match. Is the way they basically John Cena got him up for the AA. And Randy Orton reversed it into an RKO, which was great and all, but the camera angle they panned it to was amazing because you didn't know what had happened until they showed the replay.
And the commentators didn't mention it until the replay.
Yeah, like the commentators were like, "What's just happened?"
Yeah.
I thought the delivery of that was great.
That was one of the best things I've seen. Just put that on the
best counters anyway. Like if you put a top 10 best counters on YouTube, man, that should be in like the top 3.
That was immense. I didn't know how they did that. That was just.
It took skill, didn't it?
I did.
They brought a lot of weapons into the match as well. Utilised some chair shots well.
2 tables were broken.
Yeah, a lot of table spots on the show in the 2-cell matches.
It's never a bad thing. Tables are PG.
Yeah.
You use them more. You know. During the Attitude Era, a table get broken every show, so like you can't really have too much tables.
Yeah. As long as they recycle them.
And it always gets the crowd excited, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that match was good. Cena unfortunately goes over with what was it?
The thing I don't get about Cena going over is I think it's pretty well known that Brock's going to be in the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Which means that Cena's going to lose to him again.
What is the point?
Which it would have been like if Orton had lost to him again and Cena had been doing his own, shit. Like it would have made more sense. But like.
We'll see though.
I just think they're wasting it. Like if Cena was going, if they're having Cena win, I'd get the angle.
Yeah.
Because they're not, they need to stop putting them in these huge matches where it's just no one wants to see it. Even I think his own fans would rather see him in a match against someone fresh.
Yeah, of course.
I'd rather him beat someone fresh and have a good match with them than just
Cena versus Brock. This is the 4th time since Brock was turned that they faced off.
And out of what 9 matches that Brock's had done?
He's had Taker, he's had Punk,
Big Show.
Big Show, yeah. They're the only other 3.
Triple H.
And Triple H, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's not many like young, you know, only really one like new star there, like you know, one fresh matcher when you think about it. He'd never faced Triple H, but their matches weren't that good anyway. I didn't think. But yeah, Cena goes over with it. It was an AA off the turnbuckle man off the top rope.
Was it onto the steps or something?
No. It was.
No, he did do one onto the steps though.
Did do one, yeah. But it was an AA off the turnbuckle, the second turnbuckle. So a good match. Their second best match ever. Great title match.
Very good.
And then we had next was the other Divas match, wasn't it?
Yeah, AJ Page.
Now this was surprisingly disappointing because I thought it was going to be like okay, but it just wasn't. It was boring.
I know. I don't think these have much chemistry, man. Like on paper,
they've wrestled loads. Like
I know.
They had the Cena and Orton of the women's division.
Already.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Who won it? Did AJ retain?
She did.
I don't think we care about this match.
Did anyone?
I don't think they did.
I mean, I like the booking of it, but it wasn't great.
I don't know if it's just me or is AJ overrated in the ring.
Yes, I don't like AJ.
Yeah, I
don't think she's a good wrestler. I don't think she's decent.
In terms of like
a
character and you know charisma and all that, and her looks, she's got that down.
Definitely.
But she's no Trish Stratus.
No.
But we watched the Satisfaction documentary as well. We can talk about.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah. And but the next match.
It was Big Show versus Rusev.
Right, I love the booking of this match.
Yeah, it really was. Rusev what we expected to happen was it'd come down. I think all 3 of us thought Rusev be winning. Mark Henry come down. He'd attack Rusev and then attack Big Show, or just attack Big Show, but instead he came down for moral support to the Big Show, and then Rusev just squashed them both. He just squashed them both, which is it's great booking because it like. If you're going to do another Mark Henry Big Show feud, at least do it in the right way where you know, so Rusev has got over through it, and Mark Henry Big Show now is a bit more interesting to me as a feud because of that, because it wasn't typically done. I think Mark Henry's heel turns like in the past few years have been brilliant. That one he did with where John Cena came down, I was 100% believing he was leaving until and then when he slammed.
He's
a good actor, isn't he?
I like Mark Henry.
And the most important thing about this match, the match was nothing really. It was a few spots here and there, big man spots.
What surprised me in that match? There was Matt wrestling in a Big Show match.
Yeah,
they were doing submission moves.
That was weird. We were just like, why are they doing like leg locks and shit in this match?
In a Big Show match, there's leg locks.
It's very weird.
I liked that.
But I guess they tried to tell a story and build up to like the high impact spots at the end. But yeah, it was a whatever match.
I like that.
But what we can get out of this is Rusev was standing out on top. Like they didn't just make it about the Mark Henry Big Show feud, like you said. At the end of the last visual was Rusev like celebrating with Lana. So at the top of the ramp. So puts Rusev on in a big way, and hopefully he's going to go on to win the US title Survivor Series, which is what it's looking like. Yeah. And they are booking him perfectly. And I like Rusev as well, man. Yeah. I think he's the best big man they've had since Umaga. He's probably better than Umaga. And I think he is getting over. Even with the anti-USA like gimmick, even though that's an outdated gimmick and all, he's still getting over.
Yeah,
which is a testament.
And then we had the main event.
Well, we missed out Sheamus and Miz.
I wonder why. I remember we started here last week and
actually we can't really say that because Damien said it wasn't it was not the Miz versus Sheamus. It was the Damien Mizdow show.
Yeah, it was Mizdow doing a one-man show. So
he was basically mimicking everything that the Miz was doing when Sheamus was taking him out.
And it was hilarious.
And like when Sheamus won the title, he ran in and lay in the ring in the same position as the Miz. Basically, he was like the crowd loved it, and the worst thing is, like Sandow must be dying inside doing that, thinking like,
when Sheamus was moving the Miz around and making him do the YMCA, and then Sandow.
Yeah, so Sheamus wins clean.
That was funny,
honestly.
PG wrestling, man.
That was brilliant.
Like, cause sometimes they go too corny with the comedy, but that was just
enough.
Actually funny. Yeah.
It probably got Sheamus a little bit over as well.
Yeah, in the process it did. Yeah, so he was making him dance at the end. He got Miz up off the floor, was making him dance. Sandow was following.
Basically, what we got out of this was another pointless title retention and more proof that Sandow should not have been fucking squashed.
And more proof that Sheamus is stale.
Yeah.
It needs to be a heel,
Give the title to Rusev.
which is
Yes.
gonna happen, and I hope he squashes the motherfucker.
I hope we need more title changes. We need a title like the TV title, which is wrestled every
hands a
week.
lot, yeah.
Not every, maybe not even every week. Just needs to be more title changes on Raw.
That's important, and
Like
changed hands.
I understand, not WWE title maybe, but the Intercontinental, like these titles have barely changing hands
I
at
know.
pay-per-views.
Yeah, why did he hold them up for 5 months straight? For no need.
Yeah.
There's a reason no one cares about them. It's because that they hold it for that long that people just forget who's the title holder.
Well, remember when Dean Ambrose held the US title and didn't defend it?
Didn't defend it. Yeah, and the commentators
Yeah.
actually made mention of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, a title that changes hands a lot, like something
The Hardcore Championship,
and
the WCW TV title,
even the European
the
Championship,
Cruiserweight
man.
Championship,
The European Championship,
Yeah.
that was
the Intercontinental the Intercontinental title 8 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. The mid-card division was sick, but yeah, the main event, isn't it?
Maybe
So,
put them. Maybe the next title should be on the NXT title. The NXT title match should be on Raw or something. That'd be a really good idea, wouldn't it?
Well, that was
Everyone would love it. It should main event Raw or something as well.
That was that's the rumour as well. No, I've just seen something. Right, the pre-show. There was a pre-show match. Mark Henry defeated Bo Dallas in 36 seconds.
He got squashed by Ryback on Monday, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, mate, what the hell? I didn't even know.
He's getting squashed to hell for some reason, Bo Dallas.
Well, I like Bo Dallas, but
I don't like Bo Dallas.
I like his. I like him in NXT, but his gimmick's so bad.
I really like the gimmick. I like the advert.
I think that's you and you only, mate.
Yeah.
I like the
Don't you
advert
think
of the
it's a
pregnancy
job?
test. That promo
Do you
was
not
sick.
think it's a job of gimmick? That's the reason why he's
Yeah.
getting squashed.
Yeah.
People have to be jobbers, and I don't mind it
It's
being
one of
Bo
the better
Dallas,
ones, though.
because I think he's extremely overrated.
He's better
Like
than Slater
backstage.
Gator. He's better than all the other stupid stuff they have there.
Oh right, yeah,
Apart
for
from
sure.
Fandango.
It's better than the
Fandango,
shit like Santino and that.
Rosebuds.
But anyway, let's move on to the main event, man.
Well, but when I was talking about NXT, why don't they put those on pay-per-view? NXT title matches.
Yeah, no, that was the
It's a good
rumor
point.
that they were going to do pre-show
It's a
matches
good
with
point,
the
man.
NXT title on the line.
Yeah.
That's been a rumor for a while now, which that would be
Take that second. Yeah, we always have 2 Divas matches now on pay-per-views. Take
Yeah.
one of those off. And
Yeah.
replace it with that.
Hopefully they'll do that, one of the upcoming.
That's just for
pay-per-views.
2 piss breaks for men.
Yeah.
Because they're down in them
not,
beers.
not just piss breaks.
Aye. Pants down.
So,
Take your pennies
So
off.
we went 10 minutes without taking it there.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, we're here for the main event.
Yes.
Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins.
Here we
One-man
go.
show. I mean, this
Very good. Just to give it a brief overview, it started off, Ambrose came out and did a Mankind. He looked unhinged.
That's what
He
was
climbed on
reminiscent
top
of.
of the cell and started going mental, and the crowd were loving
Or
it.
having a kendo
And then-
stick in his back. Like,
Yeah, he's got his
hold
kendo
it.
stick. Seth Rollins comes down with
Thought
two,
it was a samurai sword at one time.
comes down with his crew of jobbers.
Noble Mercury.
I love that.
And
gimmick,
it works.
The Stooges.
And he's going mental at Dean Ambrose at the top of the cell, telling him to get down,
Yeah.
and then he
makes them go.
makes them go up, and Dean Ambrose starts laying into him, and then Seth Rollins, and there's a couple of nice little spots. Obviously, there's only so much they can do on top of the cell these days, because
Self
you
throw
can't go
off.
off the top because it's an extra 6
Or
foot
go
higher.
through the middle.
So what they did is they were both climbing down, and they both went through the table.
While
So,
I was on the
no,
top,
basically
Dean
what-
Ambrose, he did a suplex to Jamie Noble or something. He must have shit himself.
I know, man.
When that was
Yeah,
delivered.
that's what we noticed as well. The cell was much bigger there.
Yeah.
And it had Hell in a Cell written on the side in
That was
metal.
cool. That was cool. So you had the reminiscence of Mankind, Undertaker going up the top of the cell, and then the spot was reminiscent. The spot where they both went through the announce
It was
tables
Shawn Michaels.
was Shawn Michaels Undertaker, the first Hell in a Cell match. So I like the way they played off, the past history.
The only thing I
Better.
disliked about this was how long that they played, and the fact that they were injured for.
Oh yeah.
That spot,
They both
like
got taken
that's
out
got-
and
that-
stretched
that
out.
spot, they both could have got up in a few minutes, and you would have believed it.
Yeah.
It's only an announce
But
table.
it got Dean even more of a pop when he got out of his
Yeah,
stretcher.
so
that was
They
another
started,
Mankind
they
as
started
well.
stretching the pair of them off, and then he
Both-
gets off.
Both of them went through the announce tables,
And then-
not just one of them.
Yeah.
Eventually, they end
tables,
up back
right?
in the cell, and they have a very, very, very good match, which
Yeah.
was a little short, maybe.
Very hardcore.
But
It's
I can get it. It can get away with being short with how good
it's
the
like you
start
said,
was.
the finish.
Let's talk about some of the spots
If
first.
they had 10 minutes longer, that match could have been amazing.
Yeah,
but
I
they didn't.
I still thought it was one of the best main events this year.
Yeah, in terms of utilising the cell, they did better than anyone's done in years.
Yeah.
Some of
Since
the
Edge
spots-
Taker.
Some of the spots they did in this were like, what was it, the power bomb through the table when it was like resting up against the cell wall.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
sick.
that was sick.
What else they do in this? But that thing was about having a new weapon, a random weapon. Like Dean Ambrose had this bag, and I can't remember what he took out of
He
it.
took out
Water bottles or something like that.
something and never used it.
Yeah.
It was spray paint.
Yeah, I was hoping he'd use it. Maybe they didn't have enough time, like or something. But
He kept looking for something and never found it as well.
yeah, he was
Like
looking
he looked
under
under the ring about 8 times, looking for something that he might have asked for, and obviously he'd forgot to put there.
There was a mental amount of chair shots. Like
mate.
Dean
Yeah,
Ambrose
it worked though.
and-
That was how you do
Yeah.
PG chair shots. Finally, you know, this is you
To
know,
the back,
an example
off the wall.
to the back. This is how you do hardcore
PG
wrestling
can- yeah.
that adults are like in a PG fashion, so
PG
kids can
be
enjoy
done,
it.
can't he?
Because kids, if they hit each other on the back with a chair, yeah, it'll hurt them a bit, but it's nowhere near as seeing them do it and reenact head chair shots, you know, where serious concussions can take place.
If they do it that brutal, I don't mind chair shots to the head not being there. You know, if
Yeah,
you do chair
same.
shots that brutal.
And one of the things I can't fathom as well is why they don't still have them with the hands up. You know?
Oh yeah, you mean
Yeah, why,
protected hair shot,
Yeah.
chair shots to the head? Yeah,
Makes no sense to me.
What
I
I
agree.
can't understand is why that they're this like fussy about chair shots and stuff. But I mean, obviously they're why. But why do they do like a hammer to someone's face? If a kid watches that, if anyone hammers somebody in the face, they're gonna kill them. So if a kid watches that and goes, "Oh, I'll try this," he's gonna kill someone. Like, why would you do that?
Was that a spot in the match?
No, just why do they do that in general? Just hit people with hammers like in the head.
That's a good point.
If someone replicates that, there's going to be a fatality. Like,
I
why?
suppose.
That's just
Also,
seems ridiculous to me.
Even the video package before this, before the match was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
He edited that so well.
And the finish was one that I half called and Paddy fully called last week.
Yeah.
I said Bray Wyatt would come in and feud with one of them. Paddy said specifically Dean Ambrose, and that's what happened. The lights went out.
Yeah.
We knew it was coming, and this was cool, man. The
the way he
hologram.
did it with a hologram.
There was a hologram that appeared in the middle of the ring, and Dean Ambrose looked at it, and because he was just about to curb stomp Seth Rollins for getting
win the
him
match.
back on the cinder blocks, and Brett and the Wyatt, you know, the lights come on. Bray Wyatt's there doing the spider. Sister Abigail.
That's also
Rollins looks up quite nervously and pins him.
like as we discussed this, right? Okay, I like the idea of these two feuding, but we still need the payoff to Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, which I hope they revisit at
Should be
Mania.
WrestleMania.
You know what I mean?
Ladder match or something.
There needs to be a winner. Dean needs to go over.
Well, the thing is, like, yeah, but this being unresolved, it means it can do. So.
yeah, hopefully.
I also think that
The spot before
this feud needs to end up with Wyatt on top.
you do because
Yeah.
he's lost that much momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I think
I think if he doesn't win this, it'll kill him.
What they're going to do is have it so back and forth. They are going to try their best to get them both over. It can't be one sided. There's just no way.
Well, like the thing about another thing I really liked is that they used a hologram to they had the hologram and then Bray Wyatt, but they use modern technology.
Yeah,
This is quite,
why don't they do that? Start
Yeah.
using more modern
But
technology.
they
Yeah,
actually
that's a good
invested
point.
into this. They obviously put a bit of money into this.
Yeah.
That's a
But
very
this,
good
the
point.
spot, by the way, we forgot to mention the spot just before Bray interfered. Basically, Dean got the cinder blocks out, and that was a nice touch. Which and he was going to curb stomp him through the cinder box.
Another sick spot we forgot is apart from Seth Rollins doing the back suplex on the chairs, was also when remember when Dean Ambrose he set the table between the cell wall and the apron, and then he put Seth
Elbow
Rollins
drop.
on it, elbow drop
Elbow
through it.
drop
That
through
was
Yeah, it's
sick.
pretty sweet.
So a lot of the fact they
Original, very
forced.
original as
So all in all, Hell in a Cell was a pretty good pay per view. It was the
It's a 2-match show, and the 2 matches delivered.
yeah, and they were long enough for where so the rest of the pay per view. I like from the part we watched onwards, apart from the Divas match, I was pretty into it because each match had their own say. You know, Rusev was good, Mizdow was good, and then the other 2 matches were just great.
That's the thing with WWE and pay-per-view this year compared to last year and the year before. There's just there isn't as much filler anymore. Just crap
Yeah.
like squash matches and stuff, which they used to do on pay-per-view, which
Mhm,
just no
it's-
need to be on there.
Yeah, every match is I'm starting to look forward to the lower matches more and more now.
Yeah, which is what they need to do.
Yeah.
You can tell that's a Triple H call as well.
Yeah, for me,
Definitely.
I bet it's been the best pay per view. It's probably
SummerSlam.
I think it might be better than SummerSlam.
Yeah, so it's about Mania.
Yeah, probably Mania.
The shout.
Do we have straight after Mania?
Well, what about the what was it? Was it Extreme Rules straight after Mania? The triple threat, the 3-on-3 Falls Count Anywhere, and then the Last Man Standing match. That was a good pay-per-view.
Yeah, probably them two. They're probably two best this year, I think.
Yeah, true.
I don't really count Mania because it's one of its own, isn't it?
Yeah. So that was Hell in a Cell.
So I think we should play some music for you now.
Overall, I thought that was. I give the show probably like a 7.
You remember them tunes, Louis?
Yeah. Probably like a 7.25 out of 10. I give the main event like
I give it
4 stars. That's right.
I give it 4.5 for in current climate product.
You know what was cool as well? Just touch on it is the actual match. Only lasted probably like 10-15 minutes. Yeah,
but the whole thing was about 30.
Yeah. They do that a lot with their matches, and I think that's why they're definitely going to revisit it, because they still haven't had this full-blown 30-minute main event style match, which hopefully they end up having.
This is So, when Worlds Collide.
This was
so these two tunes are from SmackDown vs Raw 2007.
Should we play them back to back?
Yeah, I reckon we should. So both of these are on,
which was a great one of the
best games.
They had the GM mode on that.
Which year was that?
2007, lad.
I had done PSP. Used to play it all the time.
SmackDown vs Raw 2007. These two songs are very, very good. And they're both on load menus, so enjoy them.
Here we go then.
Powerman 5000.
Yes, let's do it.
So you know you've
advert. Fuck. Advert finished. Now we do it. Powerman 5000. When Old World Collides, and we're back after that to talk about Raw and the little mention of the main event. Anyway, here we go. What's going on? We are back. Where is Paddy Stanton? He's
urinating, I believe.
Urinating in the old toilet. The toilet, I hope. He's urinating in the toilet.
Yeah. I mean, I think quickly, before we go on to Raw then, we got a few minutes, I think we'll talk about some big news.
Yes.
Especially in Preston, that Alberto Del Rio is coming to wrestle at PCW in March. Yes. That is going to be El Patron in Preston. That's going to be good.
That is amazing. I mean, just the speed of that is just...
Yeah, it's a big pull.
That is amazing.
It's a big coup.
Quick for those tickets.
Yeah, I mean, the tickets are out December 1st. I think you get them at pcw.co.uk.
When are
Buy
they
it,
out?
support your local promotion. Go, what?
When are they out?
December 1st.
December the 15th, everyone else. Let's get in there before they do.
Yeah.
December the 15th, tickets come out. Yeah.
Oh, there's music playing.
Oh, sorry, Ninja Turtles came up when I'm trying to get the results to Raw. Sorry about that.
Oh dear.
Gee.
He's not very prepared, Louis.
I'm not very prepared.
Maybe.
So I'll tell you what else I reviewed though. You know Mountain Dew that they review,
Yeah.
that they promote. I tasted that.
Does it taste like piss?
Yeah, it's not worth buying.
Stop, Louis.
The Ninja Turtles are ruining the show.
Turn the sound off the computer.
Well, you can't do that. That's how we play music.
Yeah.
That's how we played the...
Can't you just turn it off?
I'll be alright. The Ninja Turtles won't come up again.
Oh my god, this is so unprofessional.
I know, but...
Maybe we should start again. So yeah, big news.
Big
Del Rio's going to...
Tickets on sale 15th.
No. Get down, support your local promotion.
Yeah.
We're hoping to go to the next show, which is the Ring of Honor Super Show, which is around the middle of November. November 14th, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
We wanted to go to... Oh, it might be November 30th. We wanted to go to show 3, but I believe that is sold out, so we're going to have to go to show 1, I think. But, you know, that's our own fault for not getting, you know, it's good, you know, the fact that it's sold out so good, you know, the show's not for, like, I don't know, 15, whatever, or 20, 30 days, whatever it is, and it's sold out already, one of the shows, so...
Well, it's become sort of the established thing now that this is, if not the best, and one of the best British promotions.
I don't see anyone pulling in draws like they do.
No, AJ Styles they've had in the...
Austin Aries.
Austin Aries, they've had Century.
Del Rio, Brodus Clay, Booker T. You know, big names.
Brodus Clay shouldn't be on that list of big names, but...
No, I like Brodus Clay. I think, Brodus Clay's cool, man. Like, he's a geezer.
He's a geezer. Who else they had on the... they've had the AJ Styles, as we said before, Al Snow, Angela Love, Bob Holly, Austin Aries, Chris Hero, Colt Cabana, Goldust, Juventud Guerrera. They had Juventud Guerrera, John Morrison, Kevin Steen said low-key. MVP, while he was still with TNA. Nigel McGuinness, I'm not sure if he was
The Dudleys.
No, Nigel wasn't wrestling, it was an appearance.
Yeah.
That was on his actually, he might have visited on his farewell tour. You know where he played, where he wrestled? Witness. Witness
Really?
promotion.
Yeah, we've just been
where's
talking about
that?
Del Rio,
Yeah.
saying it's a nice big coup.
Rikishi, Scott
Unbelievable.
Steiner, Shelton Benjamin. Yeah.
Big names, you know. It's
Terry Funk.
it's good. It's good to see them.
Ted DiBiase of Team 3D.
No,
Yeah.
it's good to
Young
see
Bucks.
them, man.
Like, even all the, main names you might not recognise are all famous independent wrestlers as well.
Yeah.
I've looked into my UK, wrestling, and I would say PCW is actually the best one. They get the best stars in from America, so.
Since we last went on the website, they've added so many. I'm looking. There's 10 shows here.
Yeah, they've probably just finalised all their shows for next year. You
Yeah.
see, so Road to Glory, Alberto Del Rio, March
Oh, my
13th and
goodness.
14th.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
it's so good because do you know when AJ Styles just left TNA as well?
Yeah.
He got booked by PCW like instantly.
Well, they've put here March 13th and 14th. I mean, he's going to be on 2 shows. Like, 'cause AJ was on 2 shows, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was
So-
in a tag match with Lionheart, and then
Mm.
he was in a title match against Lionheart the next night.
It ended not greatly.
Yeah, Lionheart broke his neck.
Yeah.
Good luck to you, Lionheart.
Good luck to Lionheart. I think he's scheduled for a return soon. Or he's getting back to fitness or something.
Yeah, if he returns that quick, man, I mean,
I know.
it
Yeah.
shows his strength, and it shows why he should be signed by, one of the big promotions.
Yeah.
If not WWE, definitely like TNA.
Well, I think he's had dealings in the past with them where he's wrestled on house shows or
Dark
something.
matches and that,
Dark-
yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Or try out. His dad tryouts.
Yeah, he would have.
I only recently found out he's actually had a match with Jeff Jarrett in the past. I don't know what promotion that was for.
Really, that's mad.
Yeah.
He's a very good promo cutter though, isn't he? On the
Sick
mic.
promo cutter, yeah.
Especially, like, he's such a good heel. He was
Mm.
also on Big Brother, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on Big Brother, but basically, I don't know what the task was. It was something like enemies or something there.
One of the
Penthouse
recent Big
or
Brothers that this was, wasn't it?
Yeah, that must have been 2 years ago or so.
Yeah.
It's one of the Channel 5 Big Brothers.
Yeah.
And he just came in and he just delivered, like, he was be like, he just came in with another wrestler, we should find the name out of later, a masked wrestler, and he just came in and he was just addressing everyone, and at basically at the end he said, basically, if I'm honest, I think you all look like shit, in his accent, and it was just brilliant.
Heel persona.
Yeah.
And he was just telling them what they will now be referred to. Like, they all got wrestling names, didn't he?
Yeah.
They're pretty funny, some of them.
Yeah, that was really good. That there's all of these shows I can't see cards for. So as soon as we find out, we'll get back. There was a PCW show actually this Friday, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was Halloween, man. We were contemplating doing it, but like we went out instead.
Yeah.
But that would have been good to imagine in the crowd. Like, there would have been some characters. Obviously, the Undertaker guy would have been there as Undertaker.
Yeah.
It's this guy in the crowd, the PCW. He goes every show as the Undertaker, and he looks so convincing as well.
Keep doing
You've
it.
talked to him, haven't you?
Yeah, we both talked to him. I swear. It was him at Mania as well.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we've seen him at Maine in Philadelphia.
Also, we saw Kermit as well. He's dressed as Rey Mysterio.
Hmm.
He's a good, cool guy.
Shout out.
Yeah. Kermit, hope you're doing well. Hope you're listening to the show as well.
Right, should we get on to reviewing Raw then?
Let's do Raw. I couldn't find using Wrestles only because I couldn't find it. I had problems getting up on the WWE website, but oh well.
Another thing, there's just another thing. Some other big news that we failed to mention is tomorrow is the day that the WWE Network launches in the UK.
Alright.
And you can sign up for it for the first month for free and get Survivor Series for free on the network along with the full what's out in the US. You can get everything for free for a month.
Actually, you get Survivor
And
Series
it's
for
only going to be $9.99, not pounds,
not a tenner.
not a tenner. It's
No.
going to be £6.30.
Oh, is that
It's the
for
same.
it?
It's
Is
yeah.
that
It's
full
it's
still?
going to go with the price of the
Yeah.
dollar.
That was good.
£6.30.
So £6.32 is going to be the chant in Liverpool when we have Raw
Actually,
there.
That's very much worth it as well.
Yeah, so
That's when you get-
I well done WWE on that, and so
We
I
just-
guess so next week I'm gonna subscribe tonight,
yeah.
and hopefully tomorrow I'm gonna
Only
so next next
6:32.
week I guess we'll do the first review of the WWE Network in the UK.
£6.32.
I can't believe we get Survivor Series for free, man. I mean,
Yeah.
that is like... That's,
That's only if you cancel at the right time, I guess.
yeah, no. You've
But,
got to actually go in. Like,
But I'm gonna keep it, for
Anyway.
£6.32.
£6.32.
we deserve it though, man. We waited like a long
Yeah.
time. We got supposed to be SummerSlam, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We got pushed back. I swear WWE push it back. I'm gonna kill you. I'm not gonna stop watching. I'm not really gonna
I
stop
don't think
watching.
that can happen now if it's happening tomorrow.
You will not get our 6:32.
Yeah.
So, WWE Raw.
Hey, Raw. So, how did it start off?
The opening segment was extremely good.
Alright, yeah. What was it?
I'd like to bring to attention that Paddy's wearing a John Cena t-shirt.
Yeah, that's true. Even I'm not like a biggest Cena fan, but I know he's a great worker, so respect Cena. I've got like his 2007, I think it is, t-shirt on,
Cena at his worst.
and I bought it when I was, I don't know how old I was, 12 or
Cena
some
at his
shit,
worst.
and it was like 2 sizes too big for me, but it actually fits me now. So because it's just so hard, man. 3 hours is just a ridiculous time for a Raw.
As I say, like now
With
it's-
commercials, like pay-per-views, I understand there's no goddamn commercials, but a Raw that's 3 hours, I will always say Raw should be 2 hours.
Definitely.
And they're gonna change back sooner or later, man. They just have to.
So
Just a way to ploy to make more money though for the network, the USA Network.
3 hour SmackDowns.
That
See
was
that.
next 3 hours Superstars.
Does SmackDown still exist?
Apparently so.
I haven't watched SmackDown literally the week before I came to uni.
I
Last
think
year.
they need to get rid of it, you know.
No, last year it was the last time I watched SmackDown.
I think they need to get rid of it
it's
and
absolute waste.
replace it with either.
NXT.
Yeah, well,
NXT
yeah,
longer.
yeah. I'll be down for that, and get like a couple more of the stars who aren't on card. Like get Bo Dallas and people like that back in NXT.
Yeah.
And, you know, and have
It's
the,
because
have the people who would fight on SmackDown appear in NXT as well.
Yeah, it's because the feel to NXT is so much better. Like they've got the Raw, the large arena. Let's have a main show on that's worldwide aired in like a little stadium and a gritty more feel, that more like a more pure wrestling feel. If they put that on like telly worldwide, that get a lot more
What, Raw?
good.
And that's small stadium?
NXT,
Oh, okay.
NXT on TV.
You know, like an ECW
Yeah,
sort of.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
trying to. That's my
But
point.
take it on the road as well.
Yeah.
Take it on the road and go. They should go abroad with it. They like going abroad. They should just have it like maybe even like in abroad. You know.
I know. I think that's what Triple H is trying to do, though. He's been saying in interviews like NXT is the development program, but he's trying to make it its own brand.
Yeah.
Imagine that they do an NXT versus the
Yeah.
WWE Invasion, man.
We go pay per view.
Yeah, true that.
So we have. Actually, I don't want to see that because then if they do an invasion, it means one of the two sides has to surrender, doesn't it?
Yeah, but if you keep it middle ground, back and forth, man.
What if
they'll get
NXT
over.
win?
What if NXT win, man?
They should just
And
do-
then they rename the company NXT.
They should just do a feud between, like, I don't know, one of the top guys. Maybe, yeah. While we don't have a world champion, feud
NXT champion.
NXT Championship versus NXT Champion versus John Cena.
You couldn't do it, no, man. Like, imagine putting an NXT wrestler, half the crowd, 3/4 of the crowd isn't going to know who it is.
That's why we need to do it, so people know.
Yeah,
Imagine
but you
that as
can't
a
just
push.
thrust him into the main event, can you? Is that going to work?
Do it anyway. I want to see it done. Do it. Do it to please me.
Oh, interesting thing that happened at a house show last week was Sami Zayn, formerly El Generico fame in Ring of Honor. They had a house show in like Montreal, which is where he's from. And basically, he was like the main event. He was in the main event of that house show, and like a 6-man with John Cena, and he was the most over. Like he was getting Ole chance, which is his chance to sell Generico. And I think he cut a post-match promo as well, like thanking the fans, like saying,
Nice.
my time's nearly here, I'm going to come up. And he's my favourite wrestler on NXT without a doubt. He was the person who got me into independent wrestling. Was El Generico, yeah. Got me into Ring of Honor, so can't wait till he comes up.
Yeah. So Raw. Randy Orton. How does it start? Randy Orton.
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
Randy Orton, yeah, confronted Seth. Basically, they had an in-ring promo, the Authority, and they were like attacking each other, trying to attack each other. But Triple H and Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury and Kane were splitting them apart, and then RKO out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
It was an RKO out of nowhere to hell on Seth Rollins. And yeah, good RKO, good opener as well, I thought.
The Authority feud.
Yeah, so that's the big question, which I guess we'll get to the end. Will Randy Orton be on Team Cena or Team Rollins? And Team Authority even?
Or will they do? It's probably won't happen. But will they do Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins as a separate match?
No, they'll wait till TLC.
So after that, we saw tag team champions Golden Stardust versus Big Show and Mark Henry.
Which is what we all predicted is going to happen, and it
Well,
happened. Mark Henry turned heel. which the delivery was great, but I do not want to see a Mark Henry Big Show feud in this day and age. God damn it.
Maybe they can put them on Cena and they can.
You think that's like what they're going to do?
I don't think they will, but they should do. Be sick if they do, innit?
Yeah,
Get rid of it.
I just want Big Show to retire. Anyway,
But
everyone knows that.
before the turn, Gold and Stardust were getting slaughtered in this match.
Yeah,
They were
squash
getting
arena.
destroyed.
I know.
They were getting as destroyed as me after I've had about 3 beers.
While we're on the subject, Stardust, what do you think? You think that's a better idea than him being just Cody Rhodes? Because I know you don't like Cody Rhodes, do you, Aaron?
No.
No.
Can't
so,
see why.
Not one bit.
so do you think he's getting?
Bores me.
Do you prefer him with Stardust then, or does it really bother you?
It bores me less. Yeah, it
but-
doesn't please me more. It bores me less.
Yeah. It's just too far weird. Like it went too far. Like
If they had a feud, I know they've had a bit of a feud before. But if they had a good feud with a Mania match, I'd be interested.
they need to. I don't. Why have they been holding back this so long? Like,
What is it? Because Goldust don't want to do it.
no, it's not that.
Is it
But
not?
that was just said in an interview.
Oh, okay.
Like to take the mick. But
Yeah.
they were gonna do it last year's and the year before. One year when Cody had the Intercontinental Champion,
Mm.
it's gonna be them two. But Ian said he faced Big Show.
Mm.
Of course he did.
Well, up next, well, we were dissing the Divas earlier, specifically the Divas title match, but this on Raw was sick, wasn't it?
It went
Hey.
bad, man. AJ versus Alicia Fox.
With Paige on commentary, and that was brilliant.
She was good on commentary, man.
Very
Yeah, she
good.
showed some charisma, which what she's
Charisma.
actually needed more.
Define the
She hasn't
character
been
as well.
on the mic much, as she hasn't.
No.
So yeah, this helped the character.
Especially
brought
with
it
that
out.
sexy accent as well.
Yeah, sexy southern Norwich and incest accent.
Yeah, and also she sort of defined her character a bit more, like when she was given more mic time.
Yeah,
Now
but
we sort of knew who she was. Who
yeah,
Paige
but
was.
the anti-diva is gonna be on Total Divas. I'll just leave it at that. What?
Yeah. And so AJ ended up winning. I can't remember what the finish was. Alicia Fox, very good in ring worker, by the way.
But she's athletic.
Mm.
It's like all the divas now. They're athletic, but they're not good. They're not that good in the ring, man.
thought
Just
she
because
was
you've got
alright.
athleticism doesn't mean you're good in the ring.
Of the Divas division, Alicia Fox is one of the best.
Yeah, she's probably top 3. Yeah.
So
Yeah, better than usual divas match. Like
Yeah,
I thought the crowd were invested a bit more.
surprised
as well.
surprised
Yeah.
me definitely. And then afterwards, we didn't Paige attack Alicia again, just beat her up.
Yeah, we're probably leading to a triple threat, maybe. I don't
Triple
know.
threat. Yeah.
Or it could lead to them two facing off.
Who did Divas? What do you think? Nikki and
It's gonna be Nikki versus
Nick.
AJ. It looks like
Yeah.
at its Survivor Series, but who cares?
Hope that won't happen. Authority.
Another
confronted
promo.
Cena.
Like Aaron said the other week, there's not much wrestling on Raw
Nope.
these days, is it? In a 3-hour show.
Never.
Which is weird to me because when they first started the 3-hour shows, man, the wrestling, they give like 20-minute matches. I mean, this is how Bryan basically got into the main event picture, by having 20-minute matches every week against like members of the Shield and just having kick-ass matches. But they fucked that off for some reason, which I don't know why. He went back to just 10 minutes, 5-minute squashes.
On the WWE website here, they've got with John Cena gearing up for a third in-ring Raw with Brock Lesnar. So even they
It's 4
Oh yeah, even since
because Extreme Rules 2012, but he's just not counting that, just discounting
Yeah.
that.
So it's like when they used to pretend that Triple H had never already fought the Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yeah, they were blanking
Yeah.
that. I remember on the Raw the next night, Triple H was just like, I did face him once previously at WrestleMania, and the crowd were just like, oh shit, yeah.
That's a good match, Charlotte.
Right. Quick question.
Go on.
Like, on the basis of clotheslines,
Yeah.
who's is the best clothesline?
Who's got the best clothesline of all time? That's a random question, but I like it.
Someone asked me this yesterday.
I don't know. We talk about springboard clothesline, or we talk about just normal clothesline.
Clothesline.
What that includes springboard,
I think-
clothesline.
What do you mean?
Well, like
Jumping.
Yeah, like
like-
a Shawn Michaels type
yeah.
of clothesline.
Nah.
something like that.
They're
AJ
rubbish.
Styles.
They're rubbish anyway. They look rubbish.
Well, obviously JBL.
Standing clothesline.
Obviously JBL, but I think Ric Flair had just this awesome one. It wasn't like a necessarily used as full arm, but he like dragged them down by like his palm kind of thing. It was just like it looked so good, and it'd make the opponent get up again, and then he'd do it again. So I think Ric Flair's clothesline.
I'm say JBL.
Kazuchika Okada from New Japan, the Rainmaker.
Oh, the Rainmaker. Rainmaker!
Although JBL, when he did it on Rikishi, because Rikishi sells a clothesline like no one else.
Yeah.
Rikishi, when he used to do a backflip, whenever, like, if you ever watch Rikishi, he could sell clotheslines all day long. He'd take it and do a backflip. Rikishi would do a backflip to sell a clothesline.
Madness.
Rikishi, 350 pounds would do a backflip.
Yeah,
Hold on.
If I knew you in New Japan, I would have mentioned like Okada, but man, I go to Okada as well.
Hold
Sick.
on. We forgot about Ultimate Warrior and Hogan.
Did we?
Yeah. They're closed. They invented the
There's a
clothesline.
reason for that.
They invented the clothesline.
To be fair though, that match was excellent.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go back to Raw. It's
Yeah.
what Raw does here. The Authority
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Authority confronted John Cena. I don't remember this. Why don't I remember this?
John Cena they asked him to join the Authority again, and John Cena just said no.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And then is that where they decided they were going to do Team Cena versus Team Authority?
Which I think, it's alright.
But yeah, I think it's going to be a good main event as long as you get the right participants
Should
in
we
there.
predict now who is going to be on each team?
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
bad
because
idea.
we've just talked about that for seconds, so we might as well. Like, we've had this discussion. I can't
Cena.
quite fill the team. So Team Cena.
So I think Cena's going to be on Team Cena.
I think Cena, the Usos, Dolph Ziggler. So that's 4. It has to be a 5-man.
Kofi, maybe?
I'm really struggling on the number 5. You know what I said? I said they should bring up an NXT wrestler.
Yep.
Fill him in there.
Yep.
Bring Adrian Neville or Sami
Yep.
Zayn and have Cena in Team Cena.
That's
How much
it.
would that, like,
Yeah.
how much of a good debut would that?
Why not?
Also,
Team Authority.
Noble and Mercury. First two.
He thinks Noble and Mercury are
Yep.
going to be actually wrestling.
Yep.
Oh,
Isn't
be
it?
Seth Rollins.
Yeah, Rollins,
And Kane.
Kane,
Ambrose might be. Oh no, he'll be fighting
Bray. Yeah, that's already been announced. Bray versus Dean Ambrose.
Kane.
I think Kane, Seth. I think Randy.
Cesaro maybe.
I think Randy is going to be on that team,
That's
but he'll turn on
Yeah.
Rollins and make Team Cena win. But that's a prediction for another day. So yeah, Seth Rollins, Kane, Randy. Do you think Triple H is going to be on it?
No.
There's no
I don't
room,
think
there's
he
no
will
room.
wrestle. Like, he won't, will he?
No, I just can't see any room.
So yeah, they're going to have to recruit someone like new members, aren't they? You said Cesaro.
Yeah. If Cesaro joins the Authority, I would be so happy.
Oh, of course.
Because when Orton goes, there's going to be a space they need to fill.
What do you think? What do you think,
Cesaro.
Aaron? You've got 3 members there. You could add 2 more. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
Noble Mercury are going to wrestle.
I can see it. I hope.
I
they
don't
do.
think. Just say they don't though.
Yeah.
Who?
I hope they do wrestle
who
at
could
some
they-
point though.
Who could they recruit?
Harper.
So hold on, we've got 2
The
more
Wyatt
spaces.
Bros.
Harper and Rowan. That's not a bad idea, actually.
So we've got 2 more spaces. We're talking about
Yeah, on Team
Harper and
Authority.
Rowan. Yep. Could do that.
I
I want to
ho-
see
I hope-
Harper and Rowan. win
Yeah,
the
I
tag
hope
titles.
they. I hope they do recruit Cesaro, but it's unlikely.
I want to see Harper and Rowan win the tag titles.
Well, to be fair, if Ziggler and Cesaro feud know the IC title, then maybe. You know, because it's looking like Ziggler will be on Team Cena after Raw. What happened on Raw?
What's Rusev going to be doing at this next pay-per-view?
He's rumoured to be feuding with Sheamus for the US title.
Oh, yeah, definitely do that.
Once again, perfectly built up in mid card. So,
Mm.
yeah,
Well-
I can't guess.
Well, Sting's
because
meant to debut in January. Is it?
at the Rumble,
It just says January.
Well,
which will be the Rumble.
Yeah.
It's got to be, I think. So, yeah, the Usos defeated.
But why would it be at the Rumble if he's going to challenge the Undertaker? Maybe the Undertaker will be in the Rumble.
Start the feud there. That'd be
Mm,
class, wouldn't it?
different.
If this happens, like, and I don't know if it's going to happen, but if it does happen, I mean, it's going to be amazing.
Do you think though, like, because obviously there's a lot of new fans to wrestling. Do you think obviously it wouldn't be as over as it was 10 years ago, but do you still think it'll be really, over? Do you think it'll have so much heat, like a Rock versus Hogan type of heat?
If they do it right, because I
If they
remember...
build the feud, they need the feud though within that as well. Like it's just scary back and forth kind of thing.
But when I first got into when I first started watching it, I think it was after Edge, on a frequent basis. Edge was injured, and so when he came back, he was drafted in one of the drafts. When I first started getting into it, and I didn't really know who Edge was. And the way they built him up when he returned, and he said Edge, and everyone lost their shit, and they showed the package. I was like, this Edge guy, and it was before he was world champion or anything. I thought this Edge guy is amazing, and he is going to kill someone. And so if they do something like that, then you don't have to know who he is to be hyped for it. If they built it up well enough,
Suppose.
if they make him
Fine.
look like the man,
Yeah, but people should. Well, if you're saying people, if people don't know
younger
that,
fans,
yeah. Well, even off that the vid that the W2K15 trailer alone, every time they would play that in the arena, there'd just be chants of Sting afterwards. So, everyone still must know about him.
Yeah.
He's
one of the greats.
He can't be irrelevant. Yeah, of course. So, yeah, let's get back to it.
When WWE buys out TNA next week, they can just use that footage.
Yeah, all that library.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Usos defeated the Miz and
Said the library direction.
Damien Mizdow.
Yeah.
I remember this getting more time than I thought.
I think it's good that the Miz. See, that's the good way. That put Miz and Miz in tag team matches gets Mizdow more.
Yeah, and then eventually lead to the face turn by Mizdow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see these two getting. Well, obviously Golden Star is the heels, but if I could see them, there was a face team. I could see them with
the finish this match. You thought was weird, didn't you? They did the twin magic, and for a face team. You remember the Usos switched?
Yeah.
Legal man. So like Jay, I still can't tell the difference between the Usos, but one of the Usos is the legal man. He does the twin magic thing, rolls the twin out, and the other twin goes in, and gets up and does whatever, a roll up I think it was, which I don't know, for a heel, for a face to do that, Louis thinks it's weird, but I just think Eddie Guerrero, I think that can be hard down. So.
Well, the thing is, when I remembered that, when you said Eddie Guerrero did it, I was like, oh yeah, that's a good point. But at first I did think it was weird.
Yeah. The Ric Flair, whenever he was a face, he used to cheat as well, didn't he? Yeah, probably Rambo.
Yeah, but Brass Knuckles.
Was Flair face that much?
Well, like in the retirement thing, I swear he cheated to win.
Against Carlito?
Yeah, then he used Brass Knuckles or something like that.
Right,
Hogan, we skipped through this.
Yeah. Hogan did this as Cantor thing as Susan G. Komen.
It's just for a good cause, so I think fair enough.
So you got to be nice, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, moving on. We actually skipped through a Hogan promo, and that just says it all, doesn't it? Like, who cares about Hogan anymore?
So Ryback and both.
All right, Ryback made his comeback, his longer-awaited return. Said no one. Nah, but I like that they're giving him. I like that they're bringing him back as a face. I think his time off, he really needed it.
Definitely.
And I hope he stays as a face. He should be a face. I always thought it was weird when he came out on the next night of so he loses at WrestleMania to Mark Henry. Comes out the next night on Raw at the end, turns heel and challenges for the title. How much sense does that make?
None at all.
Didn't. It was very weird. So Ryback defeats squashed Bo Dallas. Looks like he's gonna be a face.
Yep.
Which I don't know if you have any opinion of Ryback, Aaron?
I like him.
You like him?
I don't. I think he's Goldberg too. The gimmicks. I'm not against him.
Yes, the thing. I think he can be talented.
Yeah.
But maybe a new gimmick.
Definitely.
It says on WWE.com, Dean Ambrose vs Cesaro never happened.
Yeah.
What happened? Yeah, it was Ambrose came out.
It's a weird name to Cesaro never happened.
Looking pissed off, and then they had the really good back and forth promo between Dean and Bray, which is going to come in the following weeks, and I'm really looking forward to see what they're going to do with this feud.
What happened was he got on the table, Dean Ambrose, and then there was some VT where he basically goes out and goes, Bray Wyatt, why'd you do that? It's not very nice. And then Bray Wyatt he gets on the old VT and he delivers a promo, which I remember being sick.
Yeah,
sick.
Another weird Bray promo, which is awesome.
I've just had a message off a friend of mine saying it's just been announced that Chris Jericho's holding a book sign in Liverpool at 12 p.m. on the 11th of this month.
Is that right? I need to buy I'm buying the book anyway.
That'd be nice. So let's go meet.
Definitely.
Let's go meet Y2J.
Let's go meet Chris Jericho.
Let's go meet Chris.
Let's get business cards for the show. Give him one. You promote it on his podcast.
Yeah.
We end up having a podcast with Chris Jericho.
Yeah, we have a crossover.
Straight out of Preston with Chris Jericho.
This is Total Geezers.
Total Geezers with Chris Jericho.
He rings in, man. Imagine he rings in the show. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
You should ask him if he wants to come in the day after.
Yeah. Call it what you wanna call it. I'm a Jerichoholic. Anyway, so basically, Dean Ambrose, he beats the crap out of Cesaro with a mic.
Murders him.
Yeah. And the mic doesn't break. So, media department, find out what mics they are and buy them.
Another Divas match happened, a Total Divas match. Not a Total Geezers match.
No.
Nikki Bella defeated Naomi. Nikki Bella looks like she's going to be going with the Divas title.
Yep.
But she's just getting fitter by the day, so I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Cena, lucky guy.
Yeah.
Isn't it noticeable how like much hotter Nikki is than Brie now? Like
Yeah.
I remember when they first came in the
Bree's
came in the company,
Yeah.
they actually did look identical, like they look
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
the same. What's happened is Brie is just like hasn't eaten a steak dinner in like 3 months. She's gotten like ridiculously anorexic.
You still
and then
turn Brie down, though, wouldn't you?
Nikki's just like toned up, like got loads of surgery, got her tits done obviously, and she's just banging.
Yeah, but I mean, Brie, I still wouldn't. You didn't turn her down though.
Oh no, Daniel Bryan's still a lucky guy as well. Let's give that match.
Oh, that's it. Now, the reason we say Dolph Ziggler's definitely him on Team Cena, so there's a backstage segment where Dolph Ziggler basically talks to John Cena, and then Kane's annoyed him.
It was just
like
literally
like an angry husband.
It was a 2-second backstage promo, whatever. Just them shaking hands, 2 seconds. Then it went to break. Me and you looked at each other like, "What is this?" And as soon as they come back off break, John Cena's walking down the bloody down the hall, and Kane comes along and goes like. Ziggler's walking down the hallway and Kane comes along.
It was basically like if you see your wife like talking to the guy you hate. It was like that. I thought Kane and Ziggler had eloped and they just hadn't told anyone. This was the reveal.
But Kane was just being creepy and he was eavesdropping, wasn't he?
It was eavesdropping.
Failed to mention that.
It's like two of them. Yeah, it's like you talking to a rival client trying to get him business. Actually, that is what it was. But
good comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Kane books a match with Dolph Ziggler, and this match ended up being really good, man. Obviously Kane's been past it for how long, but I don't know what it was. I think it was just the way the type of wrestlers they are. You got athletic, then you got the monster, and I think they just meshed really well together. Gelled well. Like Ziggler bumped, and did Ziggler end up picking the win?
No, he was going to go for the pin, but apparently then Seth Rollins interfered and
that's right.
just beat him down.
He did deliver the zigzag, and he was about to win, and then Rollins comes in and interferes, and
then apparently Cena comes out
and the DQ, and Cena comes out, and then you get to the main event from there, don't you?
Here we go. The main event that was announced at the beginning of the show, which is quite a good idea for a main event. John Cena and Seth Rollins.
And mate, this was a really, really good match. This is one of the best Raw matches they've had in like months. I could have seen this match on pay-per-view and would have been pleased. It would have been a main event style match.
Yeah.
Did they use the steel steps? Do I recall? Whipped them into the steel steps. There's a lot of good back and forth. Rollins was just doing his crazy dives. And I think Cena, as he's getting older, is getting better, better worker. Like he knows how to use his limited moves, but he knows when the right time to hit them now. Like you know a lot easier, a lot more.
9.99.
The thing about Cena is whatever you want to say about him, his matches he has, like, if we name sort of the best like WWE matches of the last 5-10 years,
they're all as recent. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, they're all recent matches.
I'm just saying John Cena would feature in a lot of them, wouldn't he?
Yeah, because hardly anyone else gets the opportunity to fight the good guy, you know.
Yeah, but I mean John Cena knows how to storytell, I'd say.
Yeah, no, there's no denying
that. He knows how
that.
to take you on, get you invested.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's at the top. The thing is, I'm the guy. I've wearing a John Cena t-shirt now. I don't discredit Cena. I've never discredited Cena as like a bad worker, except for his selling. His selling terrible, but I guess that's because of his character. But I always think he's good in the ring. It's just obviously I think it's more WWE backstage shoving him down our throat for too long. And character-wise, in this day and age, still it should still be the anti-hero that is the main event star. When Stone Cold come in and broke that mold, it's still staying now, like rock, like that's still a culture now. Like it's not the 80s. No one wants to see that kind of cookie cutter babyface. They still don't. And that's why Dean Ambrose is getting over so much.
That's the thing, John Cena, he didn't get over being this squeaky clean.
Exactly, he got over when he was the opposite anti-hero badass rapper.
When he was coming out and saying, some of the things John Cena said, by the way, which are not endorsing this, some of the things John Cena said,
very offensive.
Quite homophobic.
Racist.
Was it racist in there?
I think there was a bit of racism.
There was, they called people midgets, dissing disabilities.
There was the racist with the remember the two Asian in there that painted up.
I mean, we're not saying you should do that, but still, he was not a squeaky clean like Hulk Hogan type guy, and he got over.
He gets more Hulk Hogan as the years go on.
Yeah. And this Raw ended with everybody coming out and getting into some massive brawl.
Yeah.
Which is quite good because it's like who's going to be on which side.
It was a
But
good
it was
ending,
odd.
but there was just a lot of jobbers out there. Like, no chance, Slatergate. You are not going to be on Team Cena or Team Authority. But I like the end. Yeah, it just gave the tease as to who's going to be on which team, and that's a good cliffhanger for next week, which is what they need to do more on Raws these days. Like we talked about this last week, didn't we? About the cliffhanger endings, how they used to have them on every single Raw.
Yeah.
They don't anymore.
No, you just it's like oh.
It's like John Cena wins a match.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good ending.
Fuck
And,
John Cena.
Probably best Raw we've watched in a good like month or two.
Yeah.
I'd probably say.
Again, it's a second Raw. They had no comedy.